Hello everyone, and welcome to Rockburn Park. This area in the Patapsco region is a great connector to a lot of trails, and today we're going to be reviewing the base trail of this area. So welcome back to Gaels on Trails. I'm back here again with Coach Scott Southern, and we're going to show you around this area, and we're just going to give our honest opinion on it. Alright, let's hit the trails. Alright everyone, before we hit the main trail, we're just going to kind of show off this Skills Park area. This is going to be probably one of the best maintained and upkept skills parks in the Catonsville area. As you can see right now, we're on a bit of a beginner stretch. Nice and easy, pretty tame. But if we come over here, there are going to be some slightly bigger hills. And we're gonna go on one of those real quick right now, actually. It's a bit of a warm-up, and then we're gonna hit the trail. So let's go.
So as I've already mentioned, the Skills Park is a great area to warm up before your trail. You can catch a little air on some areas, it's very compact, and usually it's not too busy. Going into the trail, you're gonna run across a gravel stretch with a nice bridge, and after that, you're gonna go into more of a rooty segment. It's pretty smooth though, considering this is more of a entry into other trails. So the way this is laid out is more like you'll see on a race course as opposed to a more strenuous Patapsco trail. Crossing over a segment of Landing Road, we end up on an even smoother stretch of trail that's really fast if you play it right. Now, we ran into a race course along the way that was being disassembled, so we got a little confused, but we managed to navigate our way pretty easily.
Alright, this is a nice scenic bend. Look at that. Great neighborhood shot. If you live there, I know where you live.
As we approach the main entryway to the park, we come across a relatively steep uphill. Now granted, this isn't the hardest area in the entire park, nowhere near it actually, but this is definitely an area that's going to cause some difficulty on this particular ride. Now this would be a great time for your beginner riders to actually step off the bike to avoid slipping on those pine needles or running out of momentum going up the routes. It's a pretty difficult route patch. We go across some more bridges and we then enter the main segment of the park. This area features a lot of crossroads, and it can be very confusing for someone who doesn't know the area. In fact, we even got lost there for a second, so we had to turn around at a neighborhood bend and make our way back onto the main trail that we intended to be on. Now, as me and my dad raced through this area, let me give you an overview on how we felt about this trail. On our Gale rating, we decided to rate it a 6.5 because while it is a really good trail, it serves more as a connector to other trails, and it's just not that difficult. It's very good for beginner riders, but if you're like near my dad, it's more of a warm-up area. And I would not recommend sending beginner riders out on this trail without an experienced coach with them, purely because of how difficult it is to navigate. This trail is sort of a build-your-own trail because there are a lot of ways you can go, and you'll always end up back in the center of Rockburn, but this may actually be a deficit to this trail, considering you have to have prior knowledge on a bunch of the paths and where you're going at all times. As much as I can throw shade at this trail, at the end of the day, it's still a fun ride. I had a good time, and if it's getting dark out and you really need to get in a ride at the end of the day, this might be the trail for you.